You know that moment when you finally share your creative intent with a client and it completely throws them off? Not because they don't like it, but because it's so unexpected. They're excited, but they need time. Time to process, to imagine themselves in that new space, to really feel what's changing. When you're completely reshaping the interior, that reaction is normal. People need to sit with the idea, to live with it for a bit. They'll go on site, open it again, walk through it, and slowly start to see what you see. That's actually one of my favorite parts. Watching clients connect with the design in their own time. That's exactly why I started using Chaos Cloud 3D streaming. It completely changed the way I present my work. Instead of sending huge files or static images, I just upload my Enscape scene and share a simple link. No installs, no downloads, just instant access for your client. My clients can explore the project anytime, on their laptop, on their phone, even while they're on site. So I am right now in my SketchUp model, and what we're going to do in the first step is to actually open our Enscape window. Make sure that you're on the latest version of Enscape. So right now I'm working on the 4.13 version to be able to access the Chaos Cloud 3D streaming. So once in my Enscape window, we can see here we can move through the space, and this is going to be the base reference model that we're going to be using. You can see on the top left, there is a new icon, which is called Share Scene. So this allows you to upload your Enscape scene to the Chaos Cloud. Simply click here, and this will open up a new window. It will connect you to the Chaos Cloud, and you can here choose either to integrate this specific scene in an existing project or simply just create a brand new project, and then just click here on create. Then simply just click here on the blue button where it's written upload, and this will export your scene into the Chaos Cloud. And you can see here when it's successfully uploaded in the Chaos Cloud collaboration, you just click here on open in cloud and it will bring you straight to the cloud. So this first page is actually what appears to your client when they open for the first time, the link that you're going to share with them. Now, this is actually quite useful because this will just teach them very briefly how to navigate throughout the space. For those who've never played with computer games, this can be a little bit tricky because it's not necessarily intuitive. To move around the space, it's the typical keys from a computer game, which is Q, E, A, D. You can orbit in the space using your mouse, and it explains to you all of the different navigation controls that you can use. Now, what I absolutely love this cloud way of presenting is that not only is it interactive, immersive, but it's actually a really powerful communication tool. Let's assume that you are working on a project and maybe your project is not necessarily next door and you can't necessarily be on site every single time your client has a question. Or maybe like on this first, you've presented the project and then they want to see the space again. So clients can, for example, walk around completely freely. They can actually zoom in on specific details. For example, they might want to see how the fireplace area is finished. They want to zoom in on the details, see that this is like a steel material type of finish. So they can just really explore every single corner of their new space. And on top of that, what is extremely powerful, they can actually leave comments live. So instead of just having back and forth, having them on their phone and so on, all of this can be done instantly. Whatever time it is, whatever time zone you're on, your clients can just simply add a comment, share with you. For example, the client is asking to change here this piece of furniture, and I can actually share the exact piece of furniture that I want him to integrate. I can share the link to access the exact piece of furniture that I want, or I can just simply share an image. And just click here on create. And you're going to see here, it appears here on the right-hand side. You can see here there's two different tabs. One, it means that there's an open task going on. And once this is finalized, you just simply click here on the green tick to say that it made the change. And then this will instantly go in the resolve tab. What you may have noticed as well, as we just move throughout the space, the exposure is also adjusted. So here you can see here a good example of how the lighting is being adjusted depending on which direction you are positioned into the space. At the bottom here, you can see different options here. You can, for example, capture here an image of the angle in which you're positioned. This can be helpful, for example, if you just want to look very quickly at a detail and you don't necessarily want to connect to the Chaos Cloud. And you see here, when you've generated a new capture, it's going to appear here at the bottom. You then have the possibility to either put yourself as like a fly mode, as a walk mode. So the walk mode will put you at the human height, like walking through the space. You can then adjust as well the speed. So maybe, you just want to scroll through like really fast up, and you can see here, it just goes really, really fast. And one of the really cool features that isn't available when you're doing like a virtual tour. So you can see here, you can actually adjust either the month. So you can see the lighting here would be different, or also the time of day. So for example, here, if for the end of the afternoon, you can see how the sun evolves throughout the space. So this, for me, honestly, this is a really, really cool feature, because the clients can really kind of sense how the lighting evolves throughout the day. It suddenly turns what used to be like a one-way presentation into an actual conversation by having the possibility to add annotations, to adjust the lighting, to walk through the space. Thanks to that, decisions happen faster. Feedback also makes more sense. And what's really practical is that they don't need like any specific hardware. They simply connect to the cloud. So apart from having an internet connection, you can pretty much scroll through your space, whether it's on a phone, on an iPad, on a computer, pretty much anywhere, remotely at any time. So this is really such an added value and will really help you speed up how you present, how well you communicate with the client, and get also approvals faster. There's one more thing that I want to mention, is that it also includes all of the AI features that you're aware of. So Chaos has developed quite a lot of really cool AI features, including the AI upscaler and the AI enhancer. And this can be found as well in the Chaos Cloud. So this feature is possible once you've captured an image of your space, and you just go here on the top here, click on edit, and you can see here we have the option of selecting the AI upscaler. So if I click here, select that, I'm just going to ask it to upscale it by 4 times, and click here on upscale. This will just take a few minutes, but we'll be able to see the before and after in just a few seconds. This can really help you boost your image resolution, making your textures much more sharper and much more realistic as well. Once you upscale your image, you're going to see here on the top left, you got V1, which is like your raw image, and then V2, which is the upscale version. So on the left, the original image, and on the right, the upscale version. And it's by zooming on the detail. So for example, I think this table is actually a really good example, where you can see like the before, the image is actually quite blurry and fuzzy, and the upscale really allows you to have a much sharper definition of the marble table. You also have here on the right, you can see like a little window that allows you just to kind of scroll. For example, if you zoomed in on a detail and you want to have like a closer look, more like, I know, on the sofa up in the back, and then you just want to scroll through here. You can also have the choice to either have the little scroller here, or just put the 2 images side by side so you can really see also the improvement. I feel that the A-B slider is more representative, so you can just kind of really zoom in and play around to see the before and after. Now, I'm happy with this image right here, and you can also simply just export it afterwards. So you can download the file, you can share exactly what I was mentioning before. You can share here the image, just enter the email of your client, select him as being a viewer or an editor, and then just simply send the invitation. So comments, just make sure that this is unlocked, and then access, either you want this to be only shared with the clients, or maybe you want this to be open to everyone so anyone can view. So for example, they can share the link afterwards with their friends, with their family, and so on. You can just select here on anyone can view. And once that's finished, either you can share a QR code, which is really handy, especially if they want to evolve throughout the space on their iPhone, on their iPad. So this is really great, or you can just simply share a link with them. now my clients can experience the design, not just look at it. They can take their time, they can revisit the space, and they can come back to me with feedback that actually moves the project forward. So since I've been using the Chaos Cloud, it's really made my workflow so much lighter, and my presentations are now cleaner, more immersive, creating quite a wow effect, and my communication with clients are also so much easier. Honestly, I wish I had started using this sooner. And if you want to try it, Chaos is running a 20% Black Friday offer on the selected products from November 17th to December 1st. So it's really the perfect time to test it out. If you want to know more, I've put all the details in the link below.